All right, good day, everybody. All right, so YieldMax and RoundHill have announced their weekly payout distribution. So here we have YieldMax, and let's see here. All right, so we have YMax first. They have a distribution per share of 22.20. You can see now that they've converted to weekly, showing in here at a 64.49% distribution rate. We have YMax of the Magnificent Seven at 1701 weekly, 45.49 distribution. So let's see what the current price is right now. Oh, well, right now. All right, so the payment, the EX date is the 26th, which is tomorrow. Today is the distribution announcement date. So you can still buy these funds today if you wanted to, or you can wait to after the EX date and purchase them at a little reduced price, because the price will be reduced by 22 cents and 17 cents and respectively for RoundHill as well. So the payment date will be the 27th, which will be this Friday. So let's look at the current price of YMax. Let's refresh this, make sure we got the current price. All right, so this is the current price at 1788 for YMax. We can see a dividend history here going back to February of this year all the way up until now. And these prices are going to be less because these were monthly payouts. This is what they're getting monthly, and this is weekly. All right, so it looked like if this is average about 22 a month, then that may be a little bit more than what was getting monthly. All right, let's look at YMAG. Refresh it. All right, it's currently at 1951. All right, it has a distribution here, which was monthly, as we can see again. And we can see the weekly price starting here in September. All righty. See what else we got here. All right, so this is the distribution schedule for the remaining part of 2024. And this is what was done last week. We had YMAX, YMAC, and Ulti paid out on the 20th. And now with the new scheduling scheme, YMAX and YMAX are weekly. As you can see, they get paid every week. And then in addition to them getting paid every week, Group A, B, and C, and D will have a week with YMAX. And let's see if we scroll on down. All right. So you see here, Group A, what it consists of. Group B, with NVIDIA starting the group out. Coney for Group C. And starting Group D is Misty. And of course, Group A is Mr. Tesla, the OG of them all, the original. All right. RoundHill. We see here XDTE has a distribution per share of 1881. QDT has a distribution of about 26 cents, excuse me. And the new one, the new weekly that they've added to RoundHill, RDTE, has a distribution this week of 36 cents. And as you can see, all these are going to be weekly. They're going to be paid out this Friday. All right, let's see the current prices of XDTE. $52.65 currently. And they've had, well, these been weekly. They have a lot. So let's just stick right here in what we can see. Going back to July, we can see they had about 23 cents. Then it went up a little bit here in August. Okay. All right. Now let's see QDT. All right. Current price is 42.57. All right. Going back about a couple months here. 29 cents in June. Had a small dip, had a recovery, and went up pretty nicely here and stayed pretty consistent up until here recently. Now, of course, this price is the weekly price because, well, all these are weekly. Yeah, these were weekly. So they're just having a, which one is this one? This is QDTE. Okay. Okay. Just having a poor week here. All right. RDT, the new one. I think this would be the first time. I think I could be wrong. Yeah, it would be the first time because there's no dividend history. 44.41. And the inception date we see was September the 10th. So this is going to be their first payout of 36 cents. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so now let's look at what we would get paid out if we own a certain number of shares of each of these ETF with the YieldMax and the RoundHill. All right, so as we said earlier, YMax is paying out 22 cents, YMAX 17 cents, XDTE 19 cents, QDTE 26 cents, and RDT, which is the new one, 36 cents. All right. And these are going to be paid out on the 27th for the fourth week of the month. All right. Here we go. All right. So as you know, these prices are going to vary each month. And if you should happen to own some of the above ETF, here is a roundabout payout you should receive. Below is what you would get paid out for owning a certain number of shares multiplied times the share price. All right, for YMAX, at 50 shares, at 22.20, you'll get $11. If you had 100 shares, you would get $22.20. If you own 50 shares of YMAX, you would get $111. If you happen to own 1,000 shares of YMAX, $220. 2,000 shares, you would get $440. And if you happen to own 5,000 shares at 22.20, you'll get 1,110 shares. And if you should be fortunate enough to have 10,000 shares, you would get 2,220 shares paid out this Friday. Next on the list, we have YMAG. YMAG at 50 shares at 17 cents, $8.51. If you own 100 shares, you'll get $17.01. 500 shares, $85.05. 1,000 shares, $170.10. 2,000 shares, $340.20. If you own 5,000 shares, $850.50. And if you happen to own 10,000 shares, which is a lot, it would be $1,701. All right, next on the list, QDTE, which is of the RoundHill Fund. 50 shares at $18.81. You will get $9.51 this Friday. If you own 100 shares, you get $18.81. If you own 500 shares, you'll get $94.05. 1,000 shares, you will get $188.10. 2,000 shares, $376.20. 5,000 shares at $18.81. That's $940.50. 10,000 shares, you'll get $1,881 for QDTE this Friday. Next, XDTE at 50 shares at 26 cents. That would be $12.84. At 100 shares, that would be $25.68. At 500 shares, you would get paid out $128.37. If you own 1,000 shares, that would be $256.75 this Friday. If you own 2,000 shares at 26 cents, that would be $513.49. I mean, that was going to be so good if you could consistently every Friday get around about this number depending on the price. All right, so 5,000 shares would be $1,283.74. 10,000 shares would be 2,567.47. All right. Last but not least, the new weekly ETF by RoundHill, RDTE, at 50 shares at 36 cents would be $18.02. 100 shares, 36 at 36 cents would be $36.03. At 500 shares, that would be $180.16. At 1,000 shares, that would be $360.32. At 2,000 shares, $720.65. At 5,000 shares, we're looking at $1,801.62. And the grand finale, 10,000 shares at 36 cents for this Friday. If you own, which would be a lot, because I think that price was around 50 something dollars, so that would be a lot of money invested. But for the week, you will be getting $3,603.23 for your distribution payout for RoundHill RDTE. All right, so thank you, everybody. If you want to see more of my content, you can visit me at my YouTube channel at YieldMax Mindset. You can email me for any questions you may have. I may be able to answer them, may not. But anyway, thank you all for watching. This is what I'm doing. I don't have all of these. I do have QDTE, and I have 50 shares of it. But I wanted to put this information out there so that you can make a decision for yourself if you decide to invest in these ETFs. All right. Have a good one. Keep making this monthly and weekly money. I'm out.